Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Avery Smith, and I welcome you back to Catholic News, the channel that reports on anything and everything with a Catholic twist. On this Thursday night, we are bringing you a story about fundamental human rights, or more specifically, a violation of them. This story begins in the mid-1900s. The Lebanese Civil War spanned from 1975 to 1990 and took the lives of thousands. This devastating war called for external support. Thus, the French come into play. France, as well as other members of the United Nations, came to Lebanon's aid, offering military and refugee support. Soon after, the Algerian Civil War broke out, which also called for France's intervention. Many nations will do whatever they feel is necessary to help other countries in times of crisis or war. This support is mostly welcomed with open arms, but not in every case. Unfortunately, France has developed a reputation for intervening in the Muslim world, which has become frowned upon by many. This leads us into tonight's story, terrorism in France. Since the 1970s, Islamic extremist groups such as the Armed Islamic Group and Al-Qaeda have been regularly attacking civilians and cities all throughout France. Reports estimate that there have been over 400 deaths and 1,700 more injured as a result of nearly 3,000 terrorist attacks since 1970. In more recent years, these incidents have become a lot more frequent, as there has been over 177 attacks just since 2010. In these past 14 years, the death toll has been 284, with over 1,000 more injured. Terrorism in France has become such a pressing issue, as I'm sure you can see. The fundamental human rights of French civilians are being violated right before our eyes. Constant bombings, stabbings, and incidents of open gunfire violate the right to life. Lives are being taken, and homes and businesses are being destroyed. This is also an issue of moral and cultural rights, as well as the right of meeting and association, as now just existing or gathering in French cities has become dangerous. So why is this such a problem? Well, France is obviously a major developed nation with lots of huge cities and tourist attractions. Paris, the capital city, is home to over 2 million people, and it has been under constant attack for years. This popular tourist destination is full of these devastating incidents, as well as other racial discrimination and harassment incidents. Another issue? The Olympics are to be held in Paris this summer, but now terrorism and travel warnings pose threats to the city, event, and other visiting nations. As Catholics, the best thing we can do for this ongoing issue is, you guessed it, pray. Let's not forget to keep the innocent French civilians and victims in our prayers, as well as all of the terrorist organizations, as we can hope for a change of heart. And for our story, I'll do my part to keep you all updated and informed, as it doesn't appear to be concluding anytime soon. Well, that's all, folks. This was Avery Smith, and I'll see you tomorrow night on Catholic News.